And we're live.
What's up? Welcome to
It's
Wednesday.
Angie Resells and me. I'm the Cap Guy, and we are here to play What Sells for More and chat with you nice folks and have a good time. And I see Johnny's here.
Johnny!
First.
Hey!
Did I get to send him a moon pie? Oh, maybe not.
I have some stuff I want to send to him for bingo prizes. I like that he does that, and I have some things that could definitely work for that.
And there's Lori. Hello, Lori. You know,
Hi,
I got
Lori.
a question, Johnny. Robert every night is in Chuck and Nate's every week. Why isn't he in here?
He just doesn't
Anyway,
like us.
I'm glad you're here.
So, tell me about your week with reselling. What's going on? Are you busy?
I've listed, I think I told you right before, I've listed in the last 8 days 298 listings, but I sourced Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which is totally unusual for me. Usually I'm a Thursday, Friday guy.
Right.
Maybe a little bit Saturday, but that estate sale just wore me out. And I do want to talk a little bit about that estate sale because I have never, ever been to an estate sale that had so much stuff. And nobody in the family cared about it.
Dang.
And there was so much money in this place. And it just, oh, okay. All right. Well, we're all working a lot of hours. You know how that goes. You do, I know. Hey, Miss Journey. But this house, and I know the people that do the reselling because most of the time when you go to a estate sale run by companies, the prices are exorbitant. They know what they got.
Right.
And this lady is a realtor, and she does a lot of estate sales, more than most people. She runs a bunch of them, but she has a crew. And hey, Danny, welcome. And so I got the word that it was Wednesday. It was a Northwest, an older part of Oklahoma City. This lady was in her 90s, had lived here all her life, supposedly never married, and wasn't a very talkative person. I found out she used to go to the HOAs and just sit in the back and not talk to anybody. So she sounded like a lonely person. Hey, Nanette. And anyway, I got there about 50 minutes early because I missed her early. And there were already like 10 people ahead of me. And they had chairs. So I sat down and I waited and we got to chatting. And all we could pick the first day was the backyard and 4 outbuildings, 2 garages. And this stuff had been out there. I mean, the plush in the yard were urine smell. And apparently it was a possum that had lived in the attic or something. But it was a hoarder thing. And if you've seen my videos, you kind of got an idea. And of course, that's where I found the doll. The next day, I wasn't even going to go. It started at 8 o'clock. I went to the post office at 9:15. And I'll catch up on some people here saying hi. Hello, Sandra and Van.
Hey,
Thank you, Van. And Miss Tracy, welcome. So anyway, the next day I got there and it was like 9:15, already been going on. There wasn't any line outside. I go inside. There's a decent amount of people. It was $1 bag in the backyard. So I went out there and I barely could find $1 worth of stuff that I wanted. And then I went to the backyard or the back in the house and I saw some Barbies and some off-brand dolls. And I started looking at them and she wanted like 15 to 20 bucks a piece. But I know her, so she worked me a deal and was charging me like $4 to $6 a doll. Well, apparently I missed one that she said she picked. It was $1,100. So I didn't know. I don't know nothing about dolls, but I picked up some Tandy leather wallets and things like that. Long story short, I left there with $90 worth of stuff. So in 2 days, 120. And I did not go back on Friday. I went yard selling. Saturday, I went yard selling. And then Sunday, they were having 75% off and $1 fill a bag for the last 2 hours. Well, I told Karen, I am not going the last day. I'm worn out. Not only am I sourcing so much, I am just tired and I don't want to go fight for what may be left. Well, Karen was number one in line because I preached to her that she needed to get there early.
Right. And, good.
And yeah, I'm done. Hey, Tommy. Yes, I am. And
hey, Tommy,
anyway, when they opened the door, they said, we're going to do $1 fill a bag now. And so Karen was after some dishes. And she ended up getting, I know she got some Mikasa and some other brand. She can tell us in the chat. but she got porcelain dolls. When she got it over here to the house, she started comping it all. It was about just shy of $500 for $1. And she said there was 3 people that went to that doll room. Again, if you see my videos, there was 1,000 dolls in there.
Right.
They had 80-gallon trash bags, and they weren't letting anybody in that room. The 3 of them blocked the door, and they were just putting dolls in bags. And so whatever they got for $1 a bag. And I mean,
wow.
So she said people were grabbing quilts, and she found one of those wedding ring quilts that'll sell for it's a king size for about $100. It was all included. I mean, it was so nuts.
You don't run across sales like that very often.
No. And I mean, I'm surprised Brian, it was Brian. Thanks for coming in. It was. It was. And there's Travis. Tomorrow night, I will be on Travis's channel at 8:00 Central Time for 1 hour to talk about ball caps. So we'll interfere with Nate.
About his trip. We want to hear about his trip.
It was his trip to the Caribbean with Mom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it's been a long week, and I'm trying to be committed to not getting behind on, having a death pile in the house. So I've been listing, like I said, 298 in the last 8 days. And on top of sourcing and sneaking in a little nap too, and watching American Idol. So anyway, how's your week?
Mine's pretty good. It's 2 weeks ago, like the week before Easter was bad. Last week we were back up to normal, thank goodness. And I did go to a community sale on Saturday. And I hit one really good sale. And I actually have a video coming out tomorrow about it. I picked up a bunch of these buyer's choice dolls and a couple other things, which actually for our game today, I'll show a couple of the items. Okay. But I did pretty good on that. And today I went to the Goodwill bins and found a few things. But I'm really trying to only source enough that we can get it, listed within a few days right now, just because we're not quite done with our death pile in the garage. But, when there's community sales and stuff, you got to go. I mean, it's,
I know.
It's the FOMO is bad.
I know. Tag team treasure hunters. Hello. I walked up to one the other day and all I saw was a table full of Funkos. And I walked up to the lady and I said, "Guy, you got any Funkos?" And she had somehow got them from a guy that did closeouts. And I saw them and I said, "You know what? I want to buy them, but I want to buy them all. How much will you take for all of them?" Well, she counted them up. It's like $264 in what she was asking. 2 for the little and 8 or 10 for the big. Mm-hmm. I got them for $200. I've already sold like 4 and I'm halfway to my money back. But
wow.
Then my daughter calls me and goes, "Hey, Dad, I'm at one where they got a bunch of ball caps." I said, "How many ball caps?" She said, "I think there's 108. I said, "What's he want for them?" She goes, $1 a piece, which is okay depending on what they are, but I wasn't there to judge it. So I said, "Well, what are they?" And all she said was Caterpillar. And I was like, "Okay, stop right there. Ask him if he'll take $50 for all of them, just under 50 cents a piece." He did it. I got them. I've listed like 40 of them, and there's a Caterpillar and there's a few Ks and all those, but there's a bunch that are not that valuable, but
for 50 cents,
I only need to sell 6 to get my money back at $10 a piece, and I've already sold 4. So, and I haven't even listed half of them yet, but again, that's part of the problem is I'd like to buy it all. I don't want to just buy a little bit of it.
And what Tracy said, she says she's come to terms with the fact that she will never not have a massive death pile. I'm okay with having a death pile. I would just like to get to the end of this death pile and have new stuff in a death pile rather than, I think some of the stuff I've had for a couple of years and I've not looked at it. So Maggie, hey.
Welcome, Carmen. Here. Tag team.
Carmen?
Karen found Mikasa and
false graph. Nice.
Yeah, whatever those are.
False graph, yeah.
Okay. I mean, she's bought Mikasa before, and I know like just the butter dish goes for $80, and you're like, really? Who would pay $80 for a butter dish? But
I need to sell dishes though, because I'm so afraid they're gonna break.
I know. I don't want to ship them either. She's good at it, but But I'm the same way. I do have a death pile in the garage, but I'm trying to bring it all in the house and list it as I bring it in.
Yeah.
And then before I go out again the next week, and then slowly work through it. I mean, last week I was sitting there listing Avon, and yes, I've been buying that stuff too. So, but I've sold a bunch of that too.
My goal is anything new we bring in immediately. We don't add it to the death pile at all. So that seems to help us so that the garage doesn't get any worse than it is.
and that's the whole concept, is bring it in, go through it. And I tend to gravitate not so much on value. I just go for the smallest, easiest stuff. Like the manuals I got from Van. I listed like 5 the first day, and then the next day I listed them all, and I already sold the most valuable one. Mega Man went for $99. He was going to throw them away.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, okay.
Literally throwing away money.
I know. Yeah, anybody, manuals and boxes to any of them old systems, I don't care. You grab them, because sometimes they're worth more than the game.
Exactly.
People want to complete their collection. So you want to get into what sells for more? For those of you who don't know, that have never been here before, we play a game called What Sells for More. We will show you 3 items. You will tell us the most valuable, the second most valuable, and the lowest, and then we'll show you when everybody's guessed. So just put in like 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, whatever you think it is, and then we will show you in reverse order from lowest to highest. And we rotate rounds each person, and we'll do 3 rounds, and it's just for fun. But it's a fun thing to not only show you what stuff's worth that you may not have known, but it's also to see if we can stump the panel. And usually we even stump ourselves. So,
yep.
Right.
Hey, Karen, you need to do a video of showing us how dishes are easy to ship. Seriously.
Well, she's Miss Anal with foam and wrapping and stuff. I mean,
yeah, I guess I'm just not patient enough to.
My real valuable stuff, like signs and stuff, she's the one that packs them, because even though I know what I'm doing, I'm like, she goes and gets foam at Home Depot and puts it in the corners, and I mean, it don't touch anything. So it's like, yeah, you can spend $20 packing a box.
That's true.
I don't like big stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, okay, can you put us in the other layout so we have a little more room? There we go. And excuse my mess. It's been.
I'm gonna make you solo.
No, okay. I guess make me solo. Hello. Okay, my 3 items. What am I going to start with? Okay, we'll do this one. Sorry, Oliver. Item number 1 is Monopoly Empire. I actually picked this up at the bins today. It is brand new and sealed. I'd actually never seen this version.
Why did somebody just throw that away?
I don't know. I mean, they must have got it as a gift, I would guess.
Yeah.
And they just didn't want to play it. So that's item number 1. Item number 2, I also picked up at the Goodwill bins today. It is a Hummel. It is, I guess it's just the apple tree Hummel. Oh, there we go. And he is in actually great condition. I couldn't believe it was just laying there on the bottom of the bin, and he has no damage at all. So crazy. And then the third thing, this is a Myers Choice doll. I think he's from 2012. Yep, 2012. And this is Charles Dickens little doll.
I got my guess in. Everybody put your guess in. Highest to lowest. What's the most valuable, middle, and lowest?
So yeah, if you think Charles Dickens, whatever, or Monopoly, whatever one you think is the highest priced item. And take me off solo.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Tracy, hey girl. Everyone have guesses in? I'll give it another second.
Well, Tracy guessed the same as me. Karen guessed the same as me. I guess we must be right. That's 3 of them.
So would you say the lowest price item was?
I think it's that little figurine.
Figure? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the lowest price item. So we do lowest to highest. So it's kind of opposite of what you put in the chat. But the lowest price item is, you're right, this little Goebel. But not bad. I paid under $1 for him, and he is worth $50.
50?
$50. So the next item is this right here. I could not believe this when I looked it up, but this sells for $85. $85 for a Monopoly. I don't know why. What makes it special?
Must be that $500 bill stuck on the top of it, though.
Right? I don't have no idea. But if it's not sealed, hardly worth anything. But it's sealed, it's worth $85. And then this guy right here is part of the collection that I bought over the weekend that I had no idea how much they were worth, and I made him an offer on all of them. He is worth by himself $250.
And he's at the bins.
No, I bought these at a yard sale.
Oh, okay.
I bought the entire collection of them plus a couple other things. So I paid like $65 for $32, but he was one of them for $250. So
yeah, Miss Lissa was making fun of me the other day when I did that video and I was showing that Homco little figurine, nativity figurine.
Yeah,
she's like, "You were talking about that stupid Homco, and you had that Blythe doll that was worth $860."
right.
Brushed over that. I was like, at the time, I didn't know what it was worth.
Room for relics. We never grab Hummels. Normally, Hummel is not something that I would like go somewhere and pay, but it's in the bin, so it's $1.79 a pound. This weighs like 4 ounces. So
well, Tracy, Karen, and I got that one right.
Nice.
All right, we're gonna start off with something
sure.
I picked up this weekend, which I know don't have a lot of value, but I picked it up anyway, and I was surprised about some of it. I just bought the whole console. It's in like a stereo case, and there was a bunch of games. So the first one is Atari E.T. That's right. E.T. Phone home.
Okay.
There you go. Next one is a classic Centipede, for those of you who like video game stuff, especially the classics.
Okay.
And the last one is a Sears arcade cartridges. It's just a video from back, or it's a little like souvenir thing that shows some of the games to entice you, I guess, to buy the other games. And it was just stuck in there with a brochure as a brochure. So which one is the most valuable?
By itself.
Huh? Yes, by itself. So which one is the most valuable? Second and the lowest.
That's my guess.
And Ataris, they just aren't worth much.
I seen somebody at the community sale last weekend. They had an original Atari system and like 10 games. They wanted like $250. I'm like, good luck with that.
Yeah, I mean, if it works and everything, the 2600, I did do a lot of comps, and I've got a bunch of games. So together, it's maybe $300. I paid $80. So, all right, here we go. The lowest, surprisingly, is Centipede. Centipede's only a $4.99 game plus shipping.
I got that one right.
E.T. is a $9.99 plus shipping. This little manual or little whatever is worth $18.95 plus shipping. And I was shocked because all the other manuals that I got some of the game manuals and stuff, they were worth doo-doo.
That's crazy.
$18.95. But people that, they buy their memories and they're like, hey, I remember that thing. Whatever.
I want to have that for mine. Wow.
Yeah, I want that.
That's great.
Anyway, anybody get that right?
I did not. Yeah, Carmen didn't get it either.
No. That brochure is worth more than the games, both of them combined, actually.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You just never know. That's why I said when Van sent me those manuals, I had comped them because I saw the pictures, but I didn't know about the Mega Man until I got it and I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, it's $99. The game's not even worth $99. And I've already sold it. So
dang.
All right, round 2 for Miss Angie.
Oh, my turn already. Okay. Let's do this. This is one of the things I picked up last week. It is a Star Trek telephone, and it looks like this right here. It's kind of cool. It's from 1993.
Did Oliver chew on it?
No, the box has damage, but inside it's like brand new. I don't think they ever used it, but the box did get some damage.
Karen bought a Scooby-Doo phone this weekend at a state
Really? That would be cool. So that's item number 1. Item number 2, something totally different, is this Thompson Bible. Comes in a box. It's a leather Bible.
Hey, Bama.
There you go. Oops. And anything, it just says chain reference Bible, but it is brand new and it has a leather cover. So that's that one.
Okay.
And the third item, I also got at that sale. And the box is bad, but it's pretty cool. It's a Millennium Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
Kit.
That's about 1983.
Yep, that's exactly right. And the parts are all in there.
Yeah.
It's still in the bag on the inside. It has all the manuals and everything.
Hey, Jennifer.
But the box is a little wanky, obviously.
All right, well,
so
3.
1, 2, and 3.
All right. Hey, Lynn. Hello. Jennifer, Miss Jennifer, welcome. Adam.
Lynn's here.
Yeah, that was a good one there. That 1983 Millennium Falcon's got to be worth some money.
So what do you guys think? Carmen says Bible, Star Trek, model Star Wars.
I know the Bible's got value, but I definitely think that Millennium Falcon's going to be the most valuable. My opinion.
Well, I paid $5 for the phone and $5 for the Return of the Jedi Millennium Falcon. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And I didn't look them up. I couldn't at this yard sale because I was talking to the girl right at the same time. Okay. So are we ready?
Yep.
The lowest price is the Star Trek phone. I thought it would be worth more, but it's only worth about $45. So I guess just not as many Trekkies and not as many people are using landlines, I guess. So that probably contributes to it. And then, surprisingly, this is next.
Wow.
Yep. It is worth about $80. There are some that sold over 100 and stuff, but I figured about 80 for the condition that it's in. And I love when I pick stuff like this. I picked this up at the bins, and the last 3 have sold for $250.
Yeah, there are Bibles out there worth a lot of money.
Do not pass up Bibles. I'm always so surprised by, not everyone, but some of them are worth so much money. It's crazy.
Well, there you go. Did anybody get that right? Hello, Doris.
Oh, Brian got it? Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Somebody got it. That's awesome.
He probably watched your video before he came on the air and knew what you were doing. See, I don't trust Brian. I would talk about a neighborhood yard sale this weekend, but I'm not because Brian lives near me, so I don't want him to beat me anywhere.
I'm sure he already knows about it.
Yeah, he probably does. Does. All right, here we go. Here's my round 2. I almost clicked remove from layout. All right, number 1. I bought 80 Funko Pops this weekend, and this is one of them. Star Wars Princess Leia number 80. Okay. Yep. Luke's sister. That's correct. All right. Next. Yeah, Brian will appreciate this one. I don't. I hate to even touch it, but it is a VHS tape. Barry Switzer, Oklahoma Sooners head coach, 15 years of championship football. Of course, they cheated. All right. And what else is on that list? Oh, here it is. I picked this up for 50 cents a couple of weeks ago at a yard sale. It is a starter, kind of a hooded windbreaker. Seattle Mariners. Very, very nice XL. Which one? Highest or lowest? Chicken Ranch. You're going to LaGrange, Texas?
I literally thought he meant the Chicken Ranch in Vegas.
Now, there used to be a Chicken Ranch down in LaGrange, Texas.
Mm.
Matter of fact, Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds made a movie about it, the little whorehouse in Texas.
Oh.
That was based on that place. Yeah, I bet you were. Talking about all their cheating.
I'm surprised Karen doesn't get all of these rights because she's seen all your inventory.
Yeah, but she doesn't always see the comps on it. And
True.
Until. All right, everybody got your guesses in?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Funko, $12.99 plus shipping. I had $2.50 invested in every one of those. Next, Barry. I sold him today, $34.99. I paid 50 cents.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. Who would pay? And the Mariners jacket, I won't get it again, but I just sold it today on a best offer, $37.50, and I paid 50 cents for that. Actually, a little cheaper than I wanted to, but it is what it is. It's money in the bank.
Nice.
Hey, Ciro. Welcome.
Ciro. Good to see you.
All right. Round 3.
We
the
doing
last
3
round,
right? Yeah, okay. Okay. These are Sims Link snowboarding. I guess you link your boots into the board by attaching these. I have no idea. I picked them up at the bins. And they're in great condition. And by the way, in Florida, picked up snowboarding things. Then the next thing is this right here. It is a Jolteon Build-A-Bear plush Pokemon. And he is in perfect condition. He has the little Build-A-Bear thing right there.
Build-A-Bear.
Yep. And then
I actually had that in a different color in a Build-A-Bear, and I was shocked.
This I picked up today at another thrift store. It is a 60s Levi's. It's leather and Sherpa lined, but it is in beautiful condition.
Brian would wear that to the beach.
I don't know what they mean by big E. Is that a big E?
No, that's a little E.
Okay.
Big E, they would be more valuable for sure.
E, right? That's what they mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are rare to find, but if you find them, they're more valuable.
Yeah. But anyways, it's from the research I did, it's from the 60s. So, which one do you think?
Yeah. Couldn't find one from the 50s when I was around.
You were probably very little in the 50s. You wouldn't be wearing that jacket.
I was born in 59, so yeah, it was real.
Yeah. You wouldn't have been wearing that jacket for sure.
I couldn't have worn it one either, so. Yeah, with his boot flip-flops, yeah, no doubt, with his toe stick. He probably cuts the ends of his boots off at the beach and just has his toes hanging out. Where are you from, boy? I'm from Oklahoma. Little dip.
So Carmen thinks the plush is the most expensive.
Yeah, let me think about this one a second. I would say
Doris, $175.
What was 2?
I
know what one's
item
worth.
1, 2, or 3.
What was the second one? Okay.
Pokemon
I'm gonna guess 1, 3, 2. Yeah, because I know what the Pokemon. I've got the same one, but it's in a different color, and I was shocked when I saw it the other day because it's a Build-A-Bear.
Well, I did not realize, and the only reason I knew that the Build-A-Bear Pokemon were worth anything is because I was watching Whatnot plush auctions, and they all were selling like crazy high. So I wasn't aware. Okay, the lowest price are these right here, snowboard boot attachment things. They still are worth $50, so I thought that was pretty good. They weighed 2 pounds, so I paid about $4 for them. Pick those up today. The second price would be this right here, the Jolteon,
wow.
which the reason I say he is second is because a lot of them have the hang tag still, the Build-A-Bear tag, and he doesn't. There is no tags at all for him. So I really went conservative on his price and said $65. But there are some that are selling as much as like $130. But I'm all about the quick flip. So I'd list them about 65 or a little higher and take 65.
I'd show you a quick flip right now, but I'd break my back.
Yeah, this... Unfortunately, see, now I want to see that.
It'll never happen. I can't even do
it. I think I could probably get $75 to $80 for this. Now it's going to be probably more long tail to get that kind of price, but I think it's nice enough that it'll be worth it, and I could just put it away, in our closet for next, fall, and somebody will pick it up.
We could auction it right now. Brian could go to 100 probably.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, Danny May.
Hi, Danny.
No, we're playing a game called What So For More. And hey, Marty. And we show you 3 items. We're on the last round. And then you tell us from highest to lowest what you think sells for more. All right, I'm on the final round, and it's my turn, and let's go.
Let's go.
All right. The first one I picked up at an estate sale the other day, and this one is Tuesday Taylor, and she's got multiple hair colors, as you can see. Y'all quit dyeing your hair so much, you're just killing it. And it's by Ideal, and there you go. That's number 1.
Okay, wait. Does she flip her head and have 2 faces?
No.
Okay.
Maybe she does. I don't know. It just says... creepy. Change her hair from dark to light. You can just change her hair, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Like y'all do all the time. And then the next one is one of Ann's manuals. He sent me Mike Tyson's Punch Out for an original Nintendo. Okay. And number 3 is... this. And I'll even model it for you. It's a Bulls cabbie hat that Van also sent me in that box.
Nice.
The reverse is Bud Light, because you got to have a Bud Light when you're wearing a Bulls hat, because you're going to be drinking because they don't win anymore.
Now you look like an artiste.
Yeah. And I don't speak French. All right. Which one? Most valuable, second highest, third. And yeah. Hey, if I could keep finding dolls, I wished I could start over on that sale last week, because I'd have found all the good ones, because I would have stayed in comped. I would have said to heck with yard sales and just stayed there. There were people taking wood cabinet hutches with glass out of them.
Right.
I mean, they were getting them for less than $100. And I'm talking about antiques. These people wanted it gone. She had one heir, a niece, and her niece wanted none of it. None of it.
That's crazy.
So she was letting stuff go. I mean.
But you know what? If she has a niece, she just might not have had anywhere to put any of that stuff,
Yeah, Danny May, I hope you're feeling better. And she just had some surgery.
Well, I hope everything is okay and that you're healing.
JT had surgery too, and his brain's even bigger now. So, all right. The cheapest item, and the reason I'm keeping it, this. It's only worth about $18.99 free shipping. And I don't do free shipping, so it'd be $18.99 plus shipping if I sold it. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. This is all over the place, but the highest comp I saw was $49.99, and the lowest I saw was about $34.99 for a manual. Yes.
Wow.
The game's a $50 game. I've sold that game. And this little lady, I paid, I think, like $4 or $6 for, and she sells for about $124.99. Wow. One of the best dolls I found the other day, and she's listed. Not as good as the Blythe doll by any means, but I'll take it.
Have you shown? Has everybody in here seen his Blythe doll?
I made a YouTube short. I posted it on
Yep.
Instagram. I paid $3. I had no clue what it was. For those of you who don't know, I ran her on an auction.
The thing is the eye color.
Well, and I didn't even know it. Here's the story.
That
I
was
pick her
crazy.
up, I get her home, and I start getting comments from Mom's Closet on Instagram. Lissa messaged me and told me what stupid person I was talking about other stuff instead of that doll. And I was like, what doll? Which one? Because the only reason I picked her up, she had big brown eyes and she had a 70s outfit because I was a teenager in the 70s. And I thought, that's a cool doll. She's about $3. I'll grab her. I had no clue. I get her home. I show the video and people are like, oh, you know what you got? The Holy Grail. And I'm like, which one? They're like, that one with the big eyes. Did you know her eyes change color? And I was like, no, they don't. I pull the strings and her eyes close. Well, I wasn't paying attention. They changed 4 times. And if you watch my YouTube short, you'll see it.
I couldn't believe that. That was creepy.
Yeah, and everybody, even my daughters are like, Dad, that doll is so creepy. It will steal your soul. And I was like, for what it sold for on eBay, I don't care. It can steal my soul. But I put her on auction for $3.99. And with 4 minutes to go, she was at $430. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to get what I'm wanting. And that thing took off. And it ended up selling for $860. And it's going to Shop Airlines. And for those of you who resell, I've sold several times to Shop Airlines, which means it's going overseas somewhere, which I got a lot of questions on it too. And hey, Carl. And hey, Jimmy.
Good to see you.
But $860, I'll take that. Then I go back the next day and ask the lady, hey, what? Do you know what I found? She goes, do not tell me you found a Goliath doll. I was like, how did you know that? She goes, because somebody else found one at one of them outbuildings in a drawer.
Oh,
and I'm like,
gosh.
Of course, I wouldn't have known to pick it up because I just picked this one up just in general. I just got lucky. And then I picked through the Barbies. I got a MC Hammer. I got a Marie Osmond. Oh, wait a minute. Marie Osmond. Paper roses. Paper. Okay, never mind. Anyway, I don't know why I go into that, but MC Hammer, have a time. Can you do that one too? Anyway, so I passed on all the Barbies because I bought the pink box Barbies before and they really weren't that valuable.
Right. Yeah.
She messages me later and goes, well, I went through the Barbies and I took a couple of them. And one's worth $400 and one's worth $1,100. And I'm like, and they were marked 15. I'm like, Bobby, comp.
But there was so much. How could you possibly comp it all?
You couldn't. There was so much.
I have not been about doing auctions either, but Bobby has like changing my mind about it. Like
I am running more in the old days, you remember, that was all you did.
Everything was an auction.
And I was always frustrated because I would try to buy something and I would lose it in the last few seconds. So recently I've decided if there's any question like that bat, I thought that bat was worth $40, but I just couldn't put a pencil on it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to run it on auction. It sold for $147.50. So yeah, exactly. I'm running a lot more auctions now. I'm running like 30 auctions at a time now.
Well, and she put in $50 as their starting bid. So, you know, that's, I'm sure, getting what she wants at least, and it's going to go up from there. So that's amazing.
Yeah, and she got a wedding ring blanket too, I think for like $10, and I just sold one for $90, and it's one of the scalloped ones, but hers is a king, mine was a queen, so she should get more. But I mean, it was $1 fill a bag, and people were just throwing dolls in bags, and it was just nuts. It was nuts. But they were worn out too. 4 days of running a estate sale, I'm sure. And if you watched the video, you saw how much of a hoarder this lady was.
Yeah, and at the end, they literally just needed to unload it all.
Yeah. She wanted it gone.
Wow.
And since the only heir didn't care.
To me, I never go to sales and they do that. Oh, one day I'll hit a grail like that.
Well, see, and I'm still looking for the video. I mean, I found one video game grail last year. I paid $300 and it's like $3,000 worth of stuff. But I want to find one that's like boxes or a storage unit full of video games that I can buy and just take years to go through. But Van, if you're here again, thanks for those manuals, because she was going to throw them out, and those manuals are worth $500 in all. It is nuts.
That's insane to me. But the fact that that piece of paper that says Sears is worth $19 is
I know. I'm just telling you, you comp everything because you just don't know. And nobody can know everything. You just can't. And
I sell everything.
yeah. And so, I mean, there were some little bitty like Henneke Ranker or something, little figurines. I had a whole box of them. I've already been selling those. It's just nuts how much stuff was in there, and you just comp it, and you're going, really? I mean, somebody's going to pay, you know, ooh, almost broke him. I mean, like this was in that box. It's a little Japan. It's made in Japan, bone china. It's Pepe Le Pew. And
it's cute.
Probably sell for like $12. It's like get a whole box.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
I thought Paul said a fart burning ultrasound. I'm like, what? A fat burning ultrasound machine?
Oh wow!
Fat burning ultrasound machine.
Don't y'all remember the first fat burning machines that they had a belt and you put it around your waist? You
my grandmother used to have one of those.
Mom, I think everybody in our family had one of them. Yeah, it just shook you to death.
It literally did nothing.
It's funny how far we've come from Jack LaLanne to, Beachbody, P90X, and all that stuff.
It made your skin, after you would like be on it for a while, made your skin feel just ick.
Yeah. I'll be right back. You go take over.
I'm taking over. So was it one of those belt machines, Paul? And how much did you get for it? Sells for $500. Nice. Wants to regain their figure. Now, are you going to sell that locally? Because I would think shipping would be a nightmare. Wait, those don't work? Damn, door-to-door salesman. Man, back, evidently, like when I was a kid, the ladies thought that those were going to revolutionize themselves or something. I don't know, because my Grammy had it in her house for so many years. I just found it today, so I didn't sell it yet. How much did you pay for it? Or was it just in one big storage unit you bought? Jimmy said, that's my nickname, Fat Burning Machine. Angie, do you ever find any TVs? Not usually. I try not to get something that big unless it's like next to free, because I don't want to ship it, so I'd have to be stuck selling it on Facebook Marketplace. But, my daughter found a 3D TV that was for free. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Paid $90 for a storage unit. I'm telling you what, I plan on doing a storage unit. My friend Diana does them and has found some amazing ones. If my mom's on here, she's going to be like, hell no, we're not doing that. But I just think that you could find some really, really good stuff, but she's more concerned about the really, really bad junk that we'll have to get rid of. But I just have an SUV, so I don't know, my problem is, what would I do with the bigger stuff? So I got to find one that's like small, like a 5x5 or 5x10. That's maybe just totes or something, and start with that. But I look at like Storage Auction Finder or something like that. But I think I would have better luck if I found ones that like they used to advertise them in the paper and go to ones that way, because I think you would probably get a lot better deals if it's in person. Maybe I'm wrong. You tell me, Paul. Like, do you ever get ones that are like you actually go there to the way old school, the way you used to do it? So loud. Oh, thanks. This is a 5x5. We emptied it in less than 20 minutes. Nice. And you're going to make $500 on just the one item. See, I have the FOMO really bad about stuff like that. I want to go and get all that stuff.
Yes, I better.
What is that jingling? Is that your doorbell, or?
It's my Ring. I have a Ring doorbell.
Oh. Well, you can't miss that. That could wake you from the dead.
Yeah, and what stinks is when family comes over and the kids and they're running in and out the front door, that thing just rings and
Non-stop,
rings and
yeah.
rings. And then you don't collect much, do you?
I don't collect very many things.
That's my negative. I collect too much.
Once in a while, I would love to collect like horror stuff, like the Mike Myers dolls and stuff like that, but I just never find them. I collect money. Give me the money. Now, I have to say that these dolls that I got, oh, see, I love him.
That's Brian's adopted son.
These buyer's dolls that I got, they had like the Christmas Story or with Ebenezer Scrooge and like Marley's Ghost and stuff like that. And though they were like so cool, but I'm like, they're so creepy for Christmas. Where would you display that at Christmas?
Right.
Beautiful Christmas decor and the scary ghosts of Christmas past and stuff. I don't know.
So Brian's going to the chicken, whatever it is. I'm going to have to check that out because I don't have no clue. We're in that season now where they're just everywhere. I mean, Surrey Hills is a neighborhood northwest or northeast of me. There's going to be 150 this weekend. So
that's
somebody said, "Can you hit 150 yard sale?" I said, no, but I can hit 30 or 40 pretty quick. I mean, because for what I look for, it's like 7 o'clock to about 10 o'clock, 10:30, and then I cut off because I know that the video games and the things I look for are gone, the action figures. And
yeah.
I guess your husband ain't home, Sandy.
I can't wait to see it, Sandy. When I went to the community sale last weekend, it was about 100 sales, and I did really well. I started on, the west end, but by the time I rounded like towards the front, it was so picked over. So like the community sales are great for the first like hour to 2 hours. And then you're almost better off going somewhere else.
Right.
At least that's what I found.
I ran into 2 people last week because I always ask, do you have video game stuff? I don't see it. And that's how I got the Atari set up. But 2 people said they had GameCube, but they were not given any. I was like, just any of the games? I'll buy some of the games. I don't care about the console. I got the console. No, not selling. I'm like, I just need about 5 on the high-end ones to make my collection, and then I can collect all the lower-end stuff.
So I saw a friend at the bins today that I haven't seen in a few weeks because she's Catholic and she gave up going to the bins for Lent.
For Lent?
Isn't that crazy? But her good friend and how I met another lady through her. I seen her last week and I asked Karen where Becky was today. And evidently, Becky just got out of the hospital. She is same age as me. She's 50. And this girl is like completely fit, does evidently not CrossFit, like boot camp workouts 4 days a week and everything. And Karen said that she did a boot camp and like felt some pressure in her chest and ignored it. And 4 days later was just going for a walk and her pains got really, really bad. So they took her to the ER and her main artery going to her heart was 95% blocked, that they had to do open heart surgery. They couldn't do like a stent because of the location and how bad it was. I'm like, that just shows you, man, like you got to take care of yourself.
Hey, Tanya.
Like I just saw her last week and she looked great. And just like that, as she, lucky she made it.
Karen gave up Diet Dr. Pepper for Lent. So
wow. So
I ain't giving up sourcing for Lent. Of course, I'm not Catholic either. So
yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Do I buy video games when I can find them? It's hard for me to find video games here. Like we have a lot of resellers down here.
You have to be early.
Yeah, I mean, and even still, I think a lot of people just sell online and things. I just very rarely find any video games. It sucks.
When they're opening the garage door at 7 a.m., but they don't start till 7:30, and I'm walking up there going, "Hi, how are you?" We're not open yet. I'm like, but But they always ask, well, what are you looking for in particular? Video games. Oh, yeah, we got those. Boom, I'm out of there. Because if you got to beat them other resellers, I don't care. I'm going to knock on that door before. I'll even knock on your door at 5:30 and just say, hey, by the chance, are you going to have video games? I'm kidding.
What is this one? I'm selling an old cell phone. I should know about selling phones.
Mm-mm.
No, I think you should be good. And make sure you say it's, unlocked.
Yeah, and take pictures of it on.
Yeah.
I always, when it's electronics, I want to take pictures of it working. But no, if it's unlocked, that's what they care about there.
He's just hitting the Oreos.
I'm not a big Oreo fan. I mean, I'll eat them, but I don't need them. But there's other cookies I like better than Oreos by far.
Yeah. You know what I do like? I haven't had them in a long time, is the golden Oreos. I don't like the chocolate Oreos. They have a weird, I liked them when I was a kid, but the golden Oreos are pretty good.
I want a Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie. or the wafer ones that are peanut butter.
Jimmy. There you go. Okay, that's what I'll have a video of me doing that this weekend.
That's it.
And then, Jimmy, I'm calling you to bail me out of jail. Journey gave up donuts for Lent.
I haven't had a donut in like 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. When I was on keto, and then I just haven't gone back to it because I know that's not good for me at all.
But you're not still doing just keto though, right?
I'm not doing any diet right now, and I need to be out walking because in about 5.5 weeks I'm going to be in Maui, and I want to be in better shape to go hiking.
Grab a sandwich from the fridge on the way up. Yeah, I'll just be over there putting on some mayo on a sandwich.
Oh, that's bugging me.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. No, I like it, just that thing with Becky really like freaked me out. And all I could think of is I am so glad I decided to like start to be healthier last year and losing a lot of weight and stuff. Because gosh, this girl is like fit, and so if something can happen to her, it can happen to anyone. So,
oh yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with your
genetics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Brian, post a picture. We all need a good laugh.
Yeah, you won't see me in no Speedo. Now maybe a thong, but nah.
I think the only place for Speedos is like if you're a competitive swimmer.
I was watching a video yesterday, and there were 4 Hawaiian guys, and they were spearfishing off of Maui, and they were a little ways from shore, and they had their scuba flags up, and they had got a bunch of octopus, and all of a sudden a Galapagos shark came, and I guess they're pretty curious and aggressive, and they were after that octopus, and they ended up getting all that octopus. These guys were scared to death because he was big and he was very aggressive, and they were showing it on video, and I was like, I go in that water and I think about them, but there's so many people that go, there's rarely an attack.
Yeah.
Or a fatality anyway. And I'm like, man, that just makes me know that water even more.
Fried white bread dipped in sugar isn't good for you. What? Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We want to see that.
Send me money. I will do it. You guys know I will. I have no shame. No.
Hey, did you see the new thing on, who might have seen it? Paul and maybe Jimmy. It's called like a thanks button on your videos. Have you got that yet, Bobby?
A thanks button?
Yeah, it's it goes under, if you look.
Oh, you respond with a thanks when they comment on your video?
No, it's like dislike, share, clip. It goes down there and it says thanks. And it's a new way that you can support YouTubers that you watch or you find value in their videos. And it basically puts a comment with whatever they can donate, like $2, $5, $10 on up. And it's under the like super chats. It's now called super thanks. And I happened to see it on someone else's, the niche reseller, I think it was. I was like, thanks. What is that about?
For the 20 people that watch, I could, if you send some quarters, I could fill this jar.
But yeah, it's like a super chat, but it's called like a super thanks. And it goes, so when you're watching videos, look for that. They just put it on my channel. I was like, me? Why would you put it on mine? Because mostly it's just big channels, you know.
Are you getting donations? Yeah,
But
people are going to send me their old crusty money that's been in their glove box for a week or two or years.
Hey, I thought it was actually a good idea, though. You know, for some people like to, I don't know, some people will totally take advantage of it. There's my mom and I can't mention the channel because, Lord, I don't want any hate from their group. We watch these rednecks. Oh my, they live in a tent and with their son, and they're the kind of people who would be like, give us thanks below. Hit us with all your thanks. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Okay, so Paul just got it.
Well, send me like
interesting.
Send me burritos and stuff. You don't have to send me cash. Just send me a burrito.
Well, you're right, a donate button, but they call it the thanks button.
All right.
Yes,
yeah.
Brian.
Me too. Me too.
All the nickels.
Nickels add up. Hey, I'm one of them people that picks up pennies and nickels and dimes when I see them on the ground. So.
Right. Yeah. No, obviously I wanted to advertise it. I just thought it was interesting. I'd only seen it on hers. And I think the reason that they gave it to me is I clicked on the little information thing, and it like a week or so ago, and it said, you're not eligible for this at this time. And then yesterday it said, oh, you're eligible, click it. And it was a little video or whatever. Not that, I'm going to say anything about it, but I just thought it was an interesting new thing that YouTube is trying to get for their people.
I just need to send me about $9,000. That'll clear the taxes I had to pay.
Yours were 9,000?
I paid 9. I already paid it.
I paid like almost 7. Almost 7. So, yeah, taxes are no joke.
Thank God for write-offs.
I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, thank God.
And now I had no problem with that, except for your estimated taxes are due the same day as your regular taxes. I'm like, I am not prepared to pay both of them. So.
Yep, I found money. Not big numbers, but $50, stuff like that.
My mom found $80 once. And what was that? Was he like attacking you?
Yes. I don't fit in a drain system by a curb by any means. I don't know why he's trying to drag me down there.
This is no lie. When I walk my dog, we have drains that have the bars like at the corners of our subdivision. And we swing really wide because nobody's taking my dog down. Do they take 70% of the thanks? They take 30% of the thanks. Which is, I think, their standard amount. But yeah.
Only in nursing homes, Paul. Only in nursing homes.
So, Marie, I guess it's really just a way for them to make more money.
They are really good tippers, Paul. You should try to get to a nursing home. They will tip you heavily. Of course, they'd have to reach higher up to get into yours.
He is very tall. I love Paul posts all these pictures with his family. I love all those pictures. They're so nice. And with Sasha.
Family is everything. Family is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Swamp Picker.
Hey.
Welcome.
Yeah, the Buy Me a Coffee. And I love the Buy Me a Coffee because it's not affiliated with YouTube. So they don't take a bunch of the money. So if you ever want to support someone, definitely, if they have a Buy Me a Coffee, that's a great way to do it. So if you have like a favorite YouTuber, I love that. I always try to do that for people when I can, especially when they get a new one or like newer channels.
No, Journey, I'm too busy when I'm sourcing in those homes. I'm too busy knocking people out of the way to get to the stuff. I don't really do that.
He doesn't want their money. He just wants their stuff.
That's right. Hey, Marie.
That's so funny. Oh, look what I found today. I normally wouldn't buy a Smurf, but he is from, what does it say? I think it said 1978. Look at that. Pretty good for his age.
Pretty good condition for that white. Yeah.
It's almost like 50 years old. Not quite, 40-some. I didn't know the Smurfs were on back then, quite honestly.
Oh, yeah. They were past my time too, so.
Only during Shag Your Friends Sundays at the nursing home.
Well, see, that's the nice thing about nursing homes. Some of them people are so old they can't really see anymore. So you get lucky and you get 20s when they think they're giving you ones and you just don't say nothing.
Is this a 5, Sonny? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. That's a 5. It's not really a 20.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not Magic Mike down on the ground picking up dollar bills. I want the 5s, 10s, and 20s.
Yeah, Bobby would be breaking his back trying to pick the dollars up off the floor.
Tackling people to get to my money.
There you go. We could have a new version of Magic Mike. Magic Seniors.
Yeah. I got to get a group of people to go. I mean, you can't just go one person. You got to have a show because I can't dance every dance. So, Brian, let me know when you're available, buddy.
Paul's too young, so he can't. Gino. There you go.
Gino dance?
I bet. Yeah, that's true. That's all I was meant. I just had never heard of it before, but now that I think about it, it's probably more for YouTube to make money. So
my dog just went crazy.
Someone must be out there.
Gotta get my gun.
Oh my gosh, I gotta get my gun. He's so crazy. So what else? Oh, I found these too. I'm such a nerd when I find like cute little things for my desk. Whoop. Okay. When you see things on the camera, it doesn't turn like you would expect them to. But they're just little Post-it notes. What? So I pick those up too. My bins, I tell you, is like so crazy. We're getting like 50 people in there, and they literally only change 2 bins at a time. 50 people surrounding 2 bins full of junk is just a little overwhelming. One of these days, I need to make a trip to one of our bigger bins, and I think it will be a better day. I mean, I find stuff, so I hate to not go, but it gets a little frustrating. Well, Brian says he's in. It has to be between 1 and 4 a.m. when the dentures are out.
Oh, she was going nuts. I was like, what the hell's back there? It was Donald Trump, so I let her out. She ran him out of the yard. I'm kidding. It was a cat. It was a cat. And it's like she is with squirrels. She's really fast, but she's like 16. So she'll run, she'll see where it is, run all the way to the backyard, circle around, and by that time the thing's gone. I'm like, okay, I thought you would just run right to it.
Oh, Journey, I love Gino. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a lady killer. I'm surprised he's not in here, actually.
Well, who would he be watching right now? Probably reruns of Mannix or something.
I don't know.
Or what's his name? The Files. Rockford Files. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I thought they were super cute. My friend Diana was there today, and she knows me. She like picks up all kinds of stuff that she thinks. She's like, "Do you want this? Do you want this?" I'm like, "Yeah, yes."
That's right. I mean, everybody sources something different, and I mean, I think we all take chances. I do. If the costs are low, I'll take a chance on anything.
Me too.
If, like I told my daughter with the ball caps the other day, 50 cents a piece. If I get them and they're dirty and I can't get them clean, that's 50 cents in the trash can. I'll make so much off the ones that are worth money that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's not exactly like you're losing anything on that deal.
Right. I did have a couple of returns though here last week that both changed their mind. One was a video game he bought, and he said, my wife didn't want this when she wanted another one. Well, why didn't you let her pick it then? But I'll just relist it and sell it. And I actually already have relisted it. and then the other was a stereo faceplate for a Ford Lariat pickup. Sold it for $75. The guy gets it and he goes, well, my radio doesn't work, so I don't need the faceplate. So he's sending it back, and I'm going to relist it and resell it. But I'm like,
Right.
dude, I got the radio too. You should have just bought the radio.
Right? Sarah says, buy low,
That's right.
later. You know,
and I'm a runner. I'm a
Yeah.
runner. I'm running. I'm not stopping to look everything up.
I don't look things up right there either for the most part, unless it's something that it looks so unique and I'm just not sure if it's like, you know, a little more expensive than I normally spend.
Right. Yeah, I mean, especially at an estate sale or a yard sale early, I'm grabbing, and you can always stop after you've got it all in your possession and then put back stuff. I mean, you don't, but you're going to make money on most anything if the prices are low. So
we have an estate sale coming up, and they're like, you can't bring in a bag, you can't bring in this. I mean, like, you can't wear a jacket, you can't wear. I mean, I'm like, I guess they're afraid everyone's going to fill up their.
Well, that's when you have to wear that's when I have to wear my Speedos to the estate. You said I couldn't bring nothing. I'm wearing just a Speedo.
Yeah, no bag.
My money's right here.
But I'm like, do they really think? I mean, who's going to estate sales? Not like kids who are going to be stealing. I mean, I don't know. Of course, I've seen grandmas steal, so.
Right.
Journey, I taught you the bra game. I buy a lot of bras still. I don't normally show them too much on my videos just because, once you've seen them, you've seen them. But, I also don't show a lot of clothes, but I sell a dang lot of clothes.
I'll be right back again. She's at the door.
He just doesn't care to be on his live. Oh, I have a question for you guys. If somebody purchases an item, okay, they buy it but don't pay, and then they wait 2 days and they want you to cancel the order. They have a lot of feedback. Do you cancel, or do you just wait until the 4 days so that they get the non-paying bidder strike? I kind of do both.
She survived the cat.
Oh, okay, good. So what about you? If somebody buys, they buy it but don't pay. They wait 2 days and then they want to cancel, come up with some lame excuse. Do you always cancel, or do you wait until the 4 days pass so that they get a non-paying bidder?
I want that baby relisted. If they're wanting to if they tell me they want to cancel. Now I have 5 unpaid items right now, which is unusual to have that many. And they're all small ticket items, so no big deal. I don't think there's anything over $15. And one's international. I would prefer to get it relisted. I know they'll get a strike, but to my knowledge, I mean, how often? I mean, we never hear of anybody getting booted from the strikes. But I do let it go. If they don't cancel, I let it go the 4 days, and then eBay cancels it automatically and issues them a strike. Whether they do or not, I don't really know. But no, if they want to cancel, I'll cancel because I want the thing back up and making money. Not
right.
If they tell me, but if they don't, I'll let it go the full ride.
See, normally I'll just cancel, but a lady rubbed me the wrong way.
And I do that too. I block them as well.
Depends if I'm feeling bitchy. Okay. Thank you, Tracy, because I was really feeling, obviously, bitchy that day. And she just rubbed me the wrong way, how she was just demanding that, just how she came across. So I said, yeah, no, I'm not going to cancel, but eBay will cancel in 4 days for non-paying bidder. And I even said 1 strike won't affect your account, but, multiple strikes might. This woman has sent me books. I mean, hateful, awful messages for 4 days. I mean, just called me every name under the sun. Then she said, I'm going to get them and ruin them and send them back to you. I mean, just crazy shit. And now it's the principle of the matter. I ain't canceling that shit. You're going to wait and get to pay the strike. I'm like, dude, if you would have just came in and said, listen, this, explain it. But she went immediately to the nasty. And I was like, oh, now
it's on.
Now we're throwing hands.
Well, I know. I mean, the one I want to use on people is when, like yesterday, I had a Lori Morgan. It's a vintage single stitch T-shirt from a concert never worn. I paid like $7 for it a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. I've got it for like $28. There's $15 shipped, and I'll buy it right now. I was like, I'll pass. Thank you. I want to say yard sales are on Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays. Why don't you get your lazy backside out of bed and go find this stuff yourself? But I don't, because I don't want people to buy it and then leave me a negative for whatever reason. Hello, Donica. And I'm like, man. But yeah, I try to, even though, I mean, like on offers and stuff, I just say, I'll pass. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised. There is a report that you can go in for all of the items that you could have sold, but I have it set so that if people have 3 or more strikes in 30 days, they can't buy my items. And my list of people that try to buy my items and can't is huge. And so, maybe, I don't know, maybe they just sometimes pay or whatever, but I think there has to be some kind of recourse for buyers at least some of the time. I understand if you're new or whatever, but when you got 500 feedback and you're also a seller, don't come at me like that.
You'll see one
super nice to people on stuff like that, but once in a while you get me when I'm having a moment.
And I had a guy 2 days ago bought a little Yoda 1980 figure from me, complete, for $80. I gave him a deal on it. It took him 2 days to pay me. He had 9,500 feedback, and I'm like,
yeah,
and then I don't know his financial circumstances, but the way I look at that is if people communicate and say, hey, look, I don't get paid till Tuesday, it's Monday, I'll pay you tomorrow, I'm fine with that. But I'm one of these people that sends payment reminders. I'm bugging you. That's my money. You committed to buy it. I don't want you to buy it or cancel.
Journey, surprisingly, she had already left me positive feedback and said the item was great and stuff like that. I mean, just nut job. I don't know. And once I'm pretty reasonable about things, but I'm also kind of a bitch when it comes to once I've made a decision that we're not good. And so the more she said to me, the worse her chance got, for sure.
Well, the bad part is that's about $44 from my mortgage. And of course I didn't clear 860. I forgot what I cleared. It was over $700. But I was like, but there was another one, and I wished I'd have known about it and known it was there, but I had no clue. I mean, I see a lot of people with some big sales on things I have no clue about. And then sometimes, like I said, I get lucky when I pick stuff. The things I do know about, I know what to look for. But I mean, I've seen Tracy show pictures of clothing and other items, and I'm like, I didn't even know that. And Tommy one time mentioned Champion reverse weave sweatshirts that are usually like Yale or Notre Dame or whatever. Yeah. Those are huge money, hundreds of dollars. And
really,
I know Champion's a great brand in jerseys, but I did not know about the sweatshirts.
Tracy, if Tommy doesn't want to do a live, you just need to start doing your own live so we can come on Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah, that doll was definitely just luck. It was just luck.
I don't understand why people just don't pay. You buy something, there's the payment screen right there.
Yeah, I pay immediately.
So do I. Every single time I buy anything.
Yeah, and I'm an impulse buyer. I want you to do the same, but yeah, and that's the only reason I picked her up was that she had the big eyes. I didn't even know they changed colors, and that 70s outfit, I just had to have it. I was like, for $3.
Yeah, I watched a couple of your lives, but it was after the fact. For some reason, I didn't get notifications, but I went back and turned them on for you.
But you've sold a lot of other stuff, Tracy, clothes and things that I've seen you sell, shoes, but you know more about that by far than I do.
Oh, she sold those like little pageant dresses and how she like did them in a circle. I've had a dress before and I was like, that is so cute. I would have never thought to lay it out like that. I will next time though, but I'm shocked at how much those things go for. It's crazy to me. But she's in Texas and they're all about pageants there.
Right. Huh. Yeah, I just sold a Champion that I paid 50 cents for it was like $45, but some of them go over 100 easy.
Really?
Champion vintage Champion jerseys or NBA jerseys are really good. Mitchell and Ness is a high-end jersey as it is, but those sell good used. Obviously the old Nike stuff and
right.
But Champion is one of the best brand of jerseys to find. The only thing with NBA jerseys for Champion, it's either a 40, a 44, or a 48. It's usually nothing bigger than that. They're mostly smaller, and I have several in my closet
I wonder
that
what
I've gotten recently.
Are they all vintage ones that are selling?
Oh yeah. They're all like Shaquille O'Neal. You know, you'll find the Rodmans, the Jordans, and it's more sometimes the rarer stuff. You know, the people that they were big stars, but not as big as like Jordan or Kobe that are worth some money. So, and it also depends on colors. Like the Orlando Magic jerseys, I have 3 of them. They're solid black with the letters, but if they were pinstripes, black and pinstripe, they're like double the amount. So it's just, those are little things, but when you find them for $1 or 50 cents, it doesn't matter if they got stripes or not. I'm picking them up. They're 45.
Because you could still sell them for what, about 45?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Danielle sold a Halloween T-shirt unless it's like a blessing and a curse. You're happy, but then you're like, what could I really have gotten for that?
Yeah, I sold a Chucky from one of the first movies not too long ago. I found it at Goodwill a long time ago, and I mean, yeah, any of that vintage horror, anything horror is good. I love VHS. Horror. Yeah. I mean, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I talked about that all the time. That's $150, $200 used VHS tape if you find it.
I know.
And it's a stupid movie. I mean, a lot of popcorn in that movie, but they're kind of creepy if you don't like clowns. They don't bother me.
Well, that was when, horror was just good and wholesome horror. Now it's all psychological horror and all this like crazy,
Yeah, they weren't cutting heads off. They were just biting necks and you didn't get to see the blood.
Yeah, like nowadays it's messed up.
Yeah.
How do we get on that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with reselling. To me, almost everything you pick up is going to have more value than you pay for it in a lot of cases. Yeah, so if you can get it for under $5, it's probably going to have more than $5 value. And if it doesn't, you ain't out a lot of money.
It was the first DVD you ever bought? That's awesome.
DVD, but on VHS, it's big money. I do have it on DVD as well. It's just kind of a dumb movie. I mean, to me, it's not that scary.
No, but
Phantasm was scary to me because they won the bad guy won in the end. So,
which one?
It's called Phantasm. It had a guy that was taking bodies and turning them. He was turning them into little midgets and almost like in the little guys in Star Wars, but he had this little ball that ran around and would get you, and it was all dark. And at the end, he won. So, I mean, you watch that stuff. That one scared me.
Did you know the Mike Myers mask was Captain Kirk mask? No way. That's awesome. I did not know that, Daniel.
I didn't either.
The freakiest like horror movie I've ever seen was Hostel. Because I think it was because it wasn't like horror like I expected. And it was like, I just kept thinking, oh my God, this could happen in real life. I mean, this is like so messed up. And I couldn't sleep for weeks after that movie. I don't know why.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it messed me up. It messed me up really badly.
I think I've only got one or two of my daughters that like horror movies. Karen doesn't like them at all. So,
you know what I love? Haunted houses. I go with my kids to haunted houses. It's awesome. We love stuff like that. No,
yeah,
men.
Yeah. There were so many things. Of course, when you're watching a movie like that, it's like I would have just taken that money and ran. There wouldn't nobody ever know where I was. But these guys got to play around and get killed. I'm back on Mayans. Mayans came back out, and I love Mayans. So that's a good series on.
I never watched that one. Isn't that a spinoff of
Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah. Which I love Sons of Anarchy.
And there's part of them in it occasionally. It's more of the Hispanic version, but it's really good. It's really good.
What did we eat? What did you eat today, Bobby?
Tonight for dinner, I had peanut butter sandwiches.
Peanut butter sandwiches?
I didn't want to cook.
My mom made homemade stew, and it was delicious. So
Mayans is good too, though. I'm telling you, it's really good.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, it was.
Who
It was
didn't
great.
want to have sex with Jax?
I'm watching the Lakers thing now. The new Lakers history. That's pretty good.
Hey, Henry, welcome.
Invisible Pilot, Queen of the South. There's so many.
What was that?
Queen of the South. It's just had its final season.
That.
It's 5 seasons, and it just had its final season. That's a pretty good series if you like Narcos type stuff.
Yeah, Tommy recommended that, I think, and
I told Tommy to check it out. He tells me
really?
stuff, and I tell him stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him recommending that.
And then the Invisible Pilot's only a 3-series deal on HBO, but it's a true story of a gun runner.
Danielle, the bad boys. What can we say?
That's old. I don't watch Deadliest Catch anymore. That's an old series. So
I used to love Deadliest Catch.
I used to too. It's just,
but it was like it got to be the same. But I love the families and stuff. And
no, I ain't eating no sriracha, no peanut butter. I cooked T-bones last night, but I ain't eating no sriracha, no peanut butter. You ever watch that guy on TikTok that does the I tried it so you didn't have to, and he'll mix he'll take like a pickle and put mayonnaise on it, or different foods, and actually he's always like, oh, that's pretty good, a hot dog with Hellman's on it or something, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay.
Ice Road Truckers. I watched that a few times, but I just was sitting on the edge of my seat like, ooh, like thinking they're going to wreck the whole time. So I stopped watching that because it caused me anxiety.
I don't watch hardly any regular TV. It's almost all YouTube, Netflix, at Prime or that kind of stuff. There's so many series, Ozark, all those series are out, and I binge watch the heck out of them at night.
No, Deadliest Catch was, it is about crab fishing in the ocean around Alaska.
Yeah, king crab, yeah.
Yeah, king crab, yeah.
And I like those people that are off the grid in Alaska, too. I watch a lot of that. And Pickers, I used to watch that, and Storage Wars, until they started staging stuff. I was like,
oh, yeah. I like Storage Wars back in the day.
If I catch you cheating on stuff, I'm not watching you anymore.
I don't have a local antenna, and I don't have cable. So if it's not on Hulu, Netflix, or Amazon Prime, I'm not watching it. Oh, well, I do watch Survivor. I can watch it the next day after it's been on TV on the CBS or NBC, whatever channel it's on.
Right. Yeah, I'm not living without cable. That's my pleasure.
Oh, you have cable? Yeah, we just never watched it. We were still watching. We got it, I think, a year and a half ago, and we were still watching Hulu and stuff all the time. So I'm like,
oh yeah, I watch those too, and
Yellowstone is amazing,
and the prison one, Mayor of Kingstown also. Yeah, I watch all those. Yeah, I'm caught up.
Discovery Plus and Philo are the best streaming options right now.
I mean, Netflix is taking a beating because they're they're getting ready to start charging for all those extra hookups that you have, and they've
Mhm.
lost over 200,000
Yeah,
subscribers.
I saw that.
And
But
their
you know what
stock
the
dropped.
problem is? When I heard the news about Netflix, I actually thought about it myself. I can't tell you the last time I've watched something on Netflix. They just
Oh, there's
don't
a
have
lot of
any
good stuff.
good series.
Yeah, there are.
My mom is though watching Better Call Saul, but she's nearing the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the new Laker one's actually pretty good. It goes back to when the Lakers stunk and Boston was winning everything. And of course, I was a big Celtic fan as a kid, but it was it's pretty good showing how those people really were. At least I know Jerry West is. And for those of you not into sports, give me a minute. Jerry West was portrayed horribly, and he is not happy about this series. So.
I'm watching the
Yeah, it just
John
depends on
Wayne.
what you're into. Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
watching John Wayne Gacy. I know all about that. I'm not watching
that's
that guy.
cool.
I know his story.
On the way home from today from running errands, I heard on the news that like Comcast and another one, like cable companies, are going to start their own streaming service to
Oh
compete
yeah,
with
there's so
Hulu and
many that
stuff.
are trying to make money other ways.
Yeah.
You won't need cable, but you still need it for sports and stuff. And I
I
have
love
Paramount
crime
Plus.
documentaries. That's my you know what I've been into? Listening to the audio true crime audio book or audio series or whatever. I've been like I find I get super distracted if something's on that I'm watching. So if I put on the true crime audio things, then I could just be working and listening to it or shipping or
Right.
whatever, and it doesn't distract me from working.
I mean, I like the documentaries about that stuff, but sometimes it's just so depressing, and you're like, oh man, I don't want to. And my daughters love watching. What's that ID channel and all those that.
ID channel?
Well, the one where they're always doing murder mysteries or
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Maggie, I never heard of BritBox. Is it like British TV? I never heard of that one. Hey guys, welcome in.
British
I
TV, I just like
missed
Mr. Bean. He just don't say nothing, and he's hilarious.
My mom watched, and if she's on here, she could tell me what the
Yeah,
name
there you
of
go.
it was. This show that was from Scotland or something. I would go in her room and I couldn't even understand what they were saying. It was about these two guys that live next to each other or something and just about their life. I'm like, how are you getting what they're saying? And she said, oh, after a while, it's like, they're just speaking English. I mean, which they are, but it's just so weird.
Yeah, I mean, but the Brits speak English, but it is a different English. You got to pay attention because you still miss some of the slang that
Yeah.
they have that we don't know. I used to watch. Years ago, I used to watch a show, and my daughter would be like, "Dad, what are you watching this for? You don't speak Spanish." And it was called Doce Corazones, and it was a dating show. And she's like, "You don't even speak Spanish." I said, "But it's a dating show. I know what's going on."
True.
They question them, then they got to pick somebody. It was like the dating game in Spanish. I speak a poquito español.
I do not speak enough to get by for sure.
He's in a horror. Can you imagine that? It'd be easy to catch them because they had those stupid round things on their head. Yeah, I love El Chapo. El Chapo shows, any narco stuff, I love. Queen of the South on it's a good one. We need to check.
Korean soap operas with subtitles. That would. Oh, I hate when they like they change the voice.
Mm-hmm.
So they're speaking another language, but they put English over it. There's show on. It's about some high school. I'm guessing it's like in Brazil or something. That Hulu or one of them was like it was on their top 10 of the week. I started watching it. I'm like, I cannot. With their mouths are not matching up at all. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah, kind of like Lancelot League Secret Chimp. They used to have a show back in the early '70s, late '60s, and it was a bunch of chimpanzees, and they were secret agents, and it'd be like, "Mama, hurry! Come here, get my
banana!" Oh my gosh!
Lancelot League Secret Chimp.
What?
It was on the same time as the Archies.
Look at what Danielle said.
Oh, El Chavo. Okay, never mind. Oh,
I
really?
did not know that.
There's been a lot of Farrah and a bunch of famous people were on there. I did not know that.
Wow. I'm gonna look that up later because I love stuff like that.
JT's actually been in space. He went to Nibiru, but he got kicked out because he ate all their Cheetos and Dr. Pepper.
Yep.
Yeah.
They sent him back.
He wasn't. That's an old video of mine. That a long time ago.
Yep. This guy is too much trouble. What is he, on vacation in retirement? What's the deal?
He's been real trouble. I've been trying to get him to like help me around the house because I'm listing and sourcing so much, and he's just slacking. He's like a child. Between him and my dog Baby, who wants to run in and out more than a child, I'm like, all right, I'm about done with both of you. And so anyway, so yeah, he don't want to work. He ain't getting paid. He ain't getting no camera time. Except the intro. He's doing that.
Am I into sports? I like movies. I like movies and video games, and I like the Cleveland Browns. I follow, some football, but
they got a new quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have Mr. Sooner anymore. Mayfield.
Let's see what else we got. Amber, hey there.
The draft's tomorrow night, and I'm going live at 7 with Travis for an hour, so I'll have to miss a little bit of it. Hey, Amber. She had E-Bliss resellers on today. I will be yard selling in the morning.
That's right. Oh, Bobby is going to be on Barter Mania's channel tomorrow during the draft.
Did y'all hear that echo?
Nope, I didn't hear an echo. You
didn't? Because I just said it.
What?
I just said what you just said. I just said like 10 seconds ago. Shows you're not paying attention.
I was totally reading messages. I was like, what? My bad.
My baseball team's the Rangers, and they stink so much it's not even like watching. I haven't watched one game this year. My college team's good, Texas, but I've been watching a lot of that. The Vicar. Now, I've heard of the Vicar.
Oh, yes, I have too.
Yeah. I mean, by DNA, I am like 80% British, so I should watch more of it.
No, it's just tie-dye. It's just it's like just a really big oversized sweatshirt. I was freezing in the house earlier, so I put it on.
I don't know how many there are tomorrow, but the neighborhood just northwest of me, about 15 minutes, is going to have about 150 Friday and Saturday, but there's always somebody that's going to have them on Thursday. So I don't know how many I'll find tomorrow, but I'm going to go out anyway. So, yeah. Well, at least y'all won a World Series. We never have. Yeah. Rangers in baseball, Thunder in basketball. I used to be a big Spurs fan. And Cowboys in football and Longhorns in college. I don't care for hockey. Yeah, and that's a thing. Somebody had a TikTok I saw today, and they had the Royals and the White Sox playing, and I bet there wasn't 100 people in the stands. And I thought, how are they making any money?
Oh, my God.
It's early in the season, but they stink. And so does my Rangers. Sweatshops or Texas sewage plants. Or I go to Norman and hang out at Owen Field. Would that be kind of like the sewage plant too, Brian?
Oh, my mom and I, we were discussing winning the Powerball tonight. We decided that if we win the Powerball, for $233 million, that's like half, that's the cash value, $233 million. That we're just going to have our YouTube channel blow up because we're going to buy a beautiful house. We're going to get a maid and a cook. Then we're going to travel around to other resellers and we're going to go in and give them advice and then we're gonna like make over their eBay rooms. We'll just spend all kinds of money on them and take them like to all the best thrift stores and buy everything and stuff to help them get started. And we'll just travel around the country, whoever wants us to come there, and that will be our jobs full time.
Y'all will be like Mrs. Beast.
Yeah, but for resellers. And we'll just come and we'll like hook you up and like give you storage sheds and all that stuff. So if we win, you can be part of that.
He cheated and built it. I watch a couple called Dan and Shell, and they travel, and they do pretty good videos of where they go. And they went to Maui, so I watched that one, and she's can be a little annoying, but.
Well, we were just like, what would we do if we won the money? And we're like, well, we can't just quit reselling completely, and we need to do something that like gives back or whatever. And so that's what we decided.
See how these people are.
We'll build you a shed.
Rooting for Relics ain't even going to tell me what town it's in because he don't want me there. But next weekend there's a 100-mile sale between Tulsa and Stillwater, so I'll be there. I wouldn't resell if I won the Powerball. I would probably own 2 or 3 homes in different places, and I'd have to have something to do. No, I don't like hockey at all. Not at all. And I know I'm not, hey, there he is. I thought Van was here the whole time. I've been talking to him, and I thought he was just ignoring me. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that would be cool, and I would definitely be generous with people. But you got to, there's a point where you got to go, okay, I can't give my money to everybody that I want to have now. Let me back to resale.
If you give $233 million, you can give a lot.
Yeah.
You can give a lot.
Well, I got kids.
I think it would be totally fun, and it would be a great YouTube channel. Like, they have that bar rescue. It could be Resell Rescue. There you go. I know the title.
I don't know if you guys watch Idol, but there's a kid from Kentucky on American Idol that's really good. He's very humble country. And of course, I like Hunter too. She's from Tennessee, East Tennessee. But there's some talent this year on American Idol. Probably the best talent I've ever seen. The top 11 is just phenomenal.
I didn't watch a single episode this year.
I haven't missed a season of Big Brother or American Idol.
Exactly. I'd still go pick, and then it keeps me still in it, but not having to do the listing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess because I'm older than most of the people that are in the chat, so I just can't say that I would keep doing it because I'm wearing myself out by working 7 days a week. I would probably enjoy myself and just travel to the point. And then have like a backup house in Maui where I'd stay, and But then I'd have all my kids be like, "Dad, since you got all this money, can you not buy us a house in Maui?"
Right? Can we just buy like create a little sanctuary out there with like 6 houses?
Well, I've been mentioning you. I've been showing stuff, and you wasn't here.
Oh, Henry! I am a Big Brother fan from year 1.
Yeah.
The first year, you could do the live streaming for free online. And I lived in Hawaii. So that tells you how long. It's been 24 years because my daughter was just born the summer that it came on. And it was great because in the middle of the night when they were doing crazy stuff, I was 5 hours or like 3 hours earlier than them because I was in Hawaii. And so I could like stay up and like watch all the craziness that they were doing.
Yeah, there's just a lot of talent. There's a young girl that's got just lung beyond, and there's a guy he had almost blindness as a child, and he's from New Jersey or New York. He's from New York, and he can wail with the crooners. I mean, there's just so much talent this year. It's just, I'd be on there and be like William Hung, that guy that was on there.
Hey, he got us 15 minutes of fame.
He did. But I'll do Love Big Brother, and it'll be starting back up in, I think, May or early June. It starts back up. I just like all the drama.
Yeah. Paramount Plus, yeah.
That's all right.
Mike Boogie and Dr. Will, those were my favorites.
See, and I couldn't stand Dr. Will and them. Couldn't stand that side of the house.
I love them.
Yeah, I couldn't stand them.
But I also love Boston Rob on Survivor. So
Yeah.
man, Dr. Will would lie and tell you he was gonna lie to your face, and everybody was like, oh, okay, he's not lying.
When my girls were teenagers, they used to watch Real World on MTV, and I loved watching that. And then, of course, we fell in love with Snooki and the gang at Jersey Shore. And there's so many shows. And then what was that one, the teenager one with the pregnant and all that stuff? I mean,
16
anything with drama. Yeah, all that stuff.
I mean, I've caught a few episodes of that, but I never like watched the series of that because
Honey Boo Boo, that was another one.
Okay. Toddlers and Tiaras, raise your hand if you watch that constantly.
She hated mayonnaise.
I was addicted to Toddlers.
That's what I remember about her. She hated mayonnaise. I was like, oh, you crazy? I love Miracle Whip. I know Miracle Whip ain't mayonnaise, but I still want it on my sandwich. Yeah, I watched Survivor the first few years. The other one I love, and I've not missed a season, is Amazing Race. I love Amazing Race.
I love Amazing Race too.
Yeah.
I have to say that this year, I mean, I know they were like cut short and everything, but I hated the finale this year.
Yeah, me too.
It was very disappointing. But you know, they needed it to be over. Like they were.
Yeah.
Mike, welcome, Mike. I'm obsessed with my 600-pound life because it makes me feel better about myself.
Okay, I've watched a few episodes of that.
I'm totally guilty of like eating popcorn or like chips sitting in front of the TV.
The thing is, I haven't watched Hoarders. He mentioned Hoarders earlier, and I haven't watched that in a while. But my problem now is I'd be looking at it and looking for stuff to resell out of there. I'd be like,
no, but
I never thought of that before. And now I'd be like, oh man, you're missing that thing over there.
They
Fear Factor.
Pick the worst people for that.
You know, in Fear Factor, I would have done not the physical challenges, but the food challenges. I had no problem with any of that, except for I could not eat anything that had flies on it. I could not do that. Nothing else bothered me. Oh wow, Jersey Shore. But Maggie, you don't live up in New Jersey, do you? Or are you up in that area?
Oh wow. They were filming for The Bachelorette.
Oh, okay.
Naked and
yeah,
I love that show too. I guess I'm a reality TV person.
Naked and Afraid and eating food, and then people. Yeah, and those ones where they just drop them off and leave them up in the Northwest, and they're freezing, and a bear's coming or a mountain lion, and they have no weapons. I'm like, you ain't dropping me off anywhere without a gun.
Did you see the one? I think it's called Alone. And they drop these guys off. They have no idea how long they're going to be there.
Yeah,
that one was nuts.
You giving me a gun or a bow and arrow or something, because I ain't going up there and sleeping in a tent with a bear outside my tent, because I'm beef on the hoof.
Sarah. True.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Big Brother. Love Big Brother. Oh, okay. I didn't know you were Northeast. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes even when I'm watching a playback of one of mine and I haven't comped it yet, I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. I'm looking it up while I'm watching because I already know what's in the video. I'm just watching the playback, see where I screwed up.
Oof.
Yeah, and I like the other shows of the, I forgot the name off the top of my mind, but the off the grid stuff in Alaska where they're off the grid and that lady's all the way up on the northern part of Alaska by herself, and she's pretty tough, but I'm like,
see, I haven't watched that.
It's just too cold for me. I live in upstate New York. It's cold.
Bobby, what's that show called?
Oh, what is it? Somebody tell me the show that I'm thinking of off the grid. Because there's another one that's out now that my nephew from Dallas is on, and he's up there running the dog sleds for the Iditarod. And I'm trying to remember come on, somebody tell me. See, and
My
I don't
mom
watch
probably
any.
knows because I think she's watched a bunch of those.
Yeah, they're like Zero, Frozen North, Zero, something like that. No, not Lost Alaskans, not those guys. That family's kind of goofy.
Carmen, have a great night.
No, I haven't made all the profit back van yet. I did test the N64 today. The controller doesn't work, but the console does. So I got it to play. But no, I haven't. I mean, with fees and all that stuff, and I've sold some stuff a little cheaper than I wanted to. I haven't got all my money, but I'm close. Below zero. There you go. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, Lost Alaskans. I just thought they were kind of corny. I mean, the whole family just lived in the woods and they moved a lot, and but Below Zero is pretty good because they rotate to different people and show them different places. And Gold Rush was good too. I liked it a lot. But it got old too after a while.
My mom must have watched the other one. At least she might have watched both, but she was always talking about the people moving and they were just an odd family.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, they remind me like they were from Arkansas or something, but they were in Alaska. I'm kidding. My mom's from Arkansas.
At work last night, I listed it.
Yeah, I hate messing with consoles, to be honest with you. Handhelds I don't mind, but just so you know, Van, I've already sold the.
Yep, Alaskan Bush people.
Now, I already sold the Micro, the Game Boy Micro, the Flip Game Boy does work, and I've got it listed. And the DS, I don't have a cord for, so I'll have to find a charger for it. But it's in really good shape if it works.
Excuse me.
Yeah, fees. Yeah, Alaskan Bush people. That's the one I don't care for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, my mom's family is from Arkansas. My family's from Southeast Kansas. My dad's side, and so yeah, I know all about that. There's actually a town named after my family in Arkansas called Williford. It's a little town of 500 northeast up in the Ozarks, and it's got the oldest library in the state. But I've never even been there. But it's named after my family. It's all lumber people.
Mm.
Yeah, you could sell them. You could sell them, Carl, for parts, and the people buy them. You just don't get a lot for them. The charger for a 3DS was okay. Well, this is a DS Lite. I didn't know that. I don't think I tried the Game Boy Advance. It won't work. It's too fat. Oh, he did die. I didn't know that. I remember he had a lot of health issues, and so did the mother. But they were always like a bunch of Tarzans in the woods. I was like, okay, I can't watch this anymore. And being in Oklahoma, we always like to pick on people from Arkansas. So, like I said, my mom always comes back at me anyway when I say
I'm from Ohio, so we would always make fun of people from West Virginia. I think
we all make fun of people from West Virginia anyway. So,
not that I knew for anyone from West Virginia. Yeah. It was just.
Have y'all ever seen the Wonderful Whites of West Virginia? Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
You need to look it up. It's a documentary on a family in West Virginia called The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, and they are hillbilly deluxe. And I mean, just watch it. It's hilarious. Okay. They dance and they're rednecks and they're tough, and West Virginia people hate that they made a documentary about them because that portrays them like most people would stereotype West Virginia people.
Well, I will definitely look it up. That sounds funny.
I would say N64 is better than Sega, in my opinion, and I own both. But the N64 games, there's only 264 N64 games, but the most valuable one is Clay Fighter, and it's a $1,400 game if you find it.
Wow.
Because it was only made at Blockbuster, it was never released to the public. And when they went out of business, a lot of people kept them that they had out for rent. Yeah, I know. And they're everywhere, to be honest. We got them in Oklahoma, too. Oh, who's originally from Texas? Don't tell me those people from that show. Oh, it is, but it's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's on. You probably find it on. I would think you could find it on Netflix, but just look for the
I
Wonderful
bet
Wife
you
of
there's
West
clips
Virginia.
at least on YouTube somewhere, so I'll look.
Yes, I got paid for it. It was somebody overseas bought it, van for. Yeah.
I'm on global shipping, right?
No, it went to California to Shop Airlines.
Yeah, that's right.
And I had to pay, of course, for signature confirmation because it was over $750.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look it up for you. The Wonderful Whites.
Oh, okay, Henry. Henry said that it's on Netflix and Amazon Prime, which I have both. So
okay, yeah, you need to check it out. It's you want to see some hillbillies? They're there.
It's just funny to watch shows like that. I don't know. Makes me feel better about my life, I guess.
Yeah, like Henry watching 600-Pound Life, right?
Or I sold Hoarders, and you go and you're like, oh, I always want to clean every time I watch Hoarders. Like, find
Henry watched my YouTube short that I did. I found a doll the other day that I sold for $860, and when I picked it up, I had no clue it was that valuable. And I made a little short on it for 60 seconds, so check it out. And she's a 1972 doll and the story was they only made her for 1 year because she wasn't very popular. So they quit making her, and that's kind of why she's worth that much money. She's just rare. But everybody I see that posts one, they're worth like $800. If they're in the box, they're $3,000 all day long. But the blonde just sold for $2,500, and I'm like, I can't figure that out. No offense to any blondes in the room.
Watch the Halo.
Yeah, I have Paramount Plus, and I'm not subscribed to Hulu anymore. But there's good. That's the thing. It doesn't matter what it is, Disney, any of them. They all have their own little channels, and there's so many good shows, and you just like, I can't subscribe to everybody. My bill will be $700 a month.
I don't have that much stuff. The thing is, Mike, when Hoarders first came on, it wasn't that bad. But it's like they wanted to go more and more and more extreme. So then it just was severe mental illness. I mean, beyond, it's beyond realistic. It's people that need so much emotional help that,
right.
And, it got just too depressing for me to watch as the seasons went on.
And you're right. Those kids, they didn't. I mean, nobody kept them under control. And those people believed in spanking, but they just didn't.
Oh, is this the whites?
Yes. Yeah. They're druggies, they're drinkers, they're dancers, and they're just wild. And when you see them, you'll understand what we're talking about.
Okay. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Have your mom sit down and watch it with you. I promise you'll enjoy it. I don't know how long it is. It's only like an hour or two. It's a couple of hours. No, I actually listed it for $99, and I did send out an offer when somebody was watching for $90, and that person didn't buy it. Somebody else did. Mega Man on Nintendo. The second most valuable one is this one, and
Punch Out.
That game is worth $50. It's Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but that one it could go 50, but it's on the low end. It's like 35. But overall, a lot of them weren't worth $10, $12. But when you add up all the ones I got. There's some good ones in there. Yeah, it sold for $99. $99 plus shipping on top, as Lonnie would say. Yep, you just never. I mean, any manuals or boxes for N64, Super Nintendo, you find them, you grab them because.
See, before you, Bobby, I would have not thought to do that.
Yeah, well, they can be more valuable than the game they go with. But take like a Donkey Kong for 64, and you add the manual in the box. You just probably took that $28 game and made it $100 game.
Wow.
Depending on condition of the manual in the box, it's crazy. But people nowadays want complete in box inserts, manual, anything that came with it. Just like that little manual for that stupid thing right here. I mean, that right there
That's crazy.
It's just a little thing showing some of their games, and it's worth more than the manual that goes with the system. And it's worth more than the games. But
that is just crazy to me.
It's just something that people would have in the old days thrown away, And I went to sell last weekend. I didn't hardly find any video games, but one that I walked up to had an original Xbox, and it was beautiful. And somebody was ahead of me, so he was looking at the games, and the guy brings out the games, and they're in one of those folder CD case things. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy threw away the manuals and the cases. And I'm like, why would you do that? And I've run across people who've done that before. And even my grandson, who now has a 5, I'm like, why do you download digital? I'm a reseller. Buy the hard copy. You want that thing to resell. Well, I'm not selling. I'm like, I understand, but it has value. You can't sell the digital.
Exactly. I would tell my kids that too. They're like,
but
we'll just download the link. Crazy. I'm like, why would you then have it? You could give it to someone else.
Yeah. Yep, it's nuts. But
when I put my link in case anybody hasn't subscribed to me, you can make sure you subscribe if you want.
And in my case, just watch a video. I mean,
yeah, Bobby, you need to watch his videos. He has some.
I will be doing videos in Maui this year, but they'll be a lot different than what they were in the past.
What are you going to do different?
I'm going to actually do some quality videos, and I'm going to actually and the problem with Maui is their internet is horrible. So I won't be downloading anything probably while I'm there, because it would take sometimes 8 hours to download a 15-minute video. It was nuts. So I doubt I'll upload anything. Yeah, I don't get a lot of views.
Mafia.
That's right. That's right. Mike knows. Mike was showing his Dave today was showing his bald head on Eblis, and he was talking about it. And Mike took his hat off, and he had the runway. He was showing his hair on the sides and his head. I'm like, man, I got a bald spot in the back, but I still got hair up front. I was telling Karen that I said, when I don't have hair, when I got a strip of hair that's missing here in the middle, I'm shaving the whole head. And she don't like bald heads. I'm like, I ain't having no landing strip.
I like bald heads.
I gain 2 subscribers and lose 1. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That's common. That's common a lot.
Yep.
Don't worry about that, because they're going to come in time if you just keep putting out content. Watch hours are what I had them long before I had 1,000 subscribers. But
I think I got mine about the same time, didn't I, Bobby?
You got your 1,000 before me, but I had watch hours.
Yeah, that's what it was. Before. I needed more watch hours.
I'm like Johnny. Johnny had 1 million watch hours before he had. And he said today he's already at 11,000 on his new channel, but he's only at 700 subs. It just takes forever to get the subs. And some people get the subs, and then they're fighting to get watch hours. I remember Froggy Flips guy when he was a small channel, and I would go in there and watch him and Sarah live, and they were just they had their subs, but they didn't have the watch hours, and they were going live just trying to get watch hours, and now they're 100,000.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
And I don't even watch any of those channels anymore.
I don't think I watch Froggy Flips anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Van, yes. If you got sealed anything, they're probably worth a good amount of money. So, well, hey, we've been on here 2 hours. And
wow.
I got to do some shipping before thinking about tomorrow morning.
Me too.
ACD said it. Heading out to the highway. Oh, they said it a little different than that. Oh, that was Judas Priest. What am I thinking?
I was like, what?
Yeah. ACDC said I'm on a highway to hell. Yeah. Judas Priest said heading out on the highway.
Hell.
Yeah. And REO Speedwagon had one of those songs too, but highways. So anyway,
on your YouTube channel for the next week.
Whenever I feel like I got something to show, I'll show it. Otherwise, I'm listing, making monies.
You know what? That's the most important thing. That's why I didn't do videos for a week, because I needed to take care of business. Hey, Sal.
Yep. YouTube does not pay my bills. eBay does.
I love to do
and
videos.
Dolls.
I love, participating and doing all this stuff, but unfortunately, sometimes you got to list.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Yeah, I hope y'all had fun playing the game. And for those of you who came in later, appreciate you always coming in and checking us out. And y'all have a fantastic night. God, Marie, it's early out west.
Make sure you go to Bartermania tomorrow, 7 Central, to see Bobby on Travis's channel. He will be on there for about an hour.
Yeah, we're going to talk about ball caps tomorrow night on Travis's. We're trying to get him some hours he's got over 2,000 subs, but he don't have the watch hours. And he wants to talk about ball caps. So I'm going there to talk about ball caps.
And Bobby knows a lot about ball caps. If you ever wanted to know the ins and outs of it or what to look for,
a little bit.
Definitely want to be there.
Will be the shipping. Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good, Van. We'll do an unboxing when Van sends them out. Van. Hey, make mine full of like gold and silver. That would be great.
And hit the thumbs up on the way out, guys. We'll see you next week on my channel.
Have a good night, folks.